Hey guys, today's something a little bit different. I am going to show you how you play Football Manager with Excel and data. I've been playing Football Manager for I think 6 years now, and it's been a pretty fun game, but what I like about it more is that you can play it with data, and that data makes it easier to play the game and even more fun because you're doing things based on the data and not because you think it might be good. I've been playing as Fortuna Düsseldorf a couple of seasons, and we've been doing pretty well. We've come in first in the second Bundesliga, then eighth in the Bundesliga, third, and following season second, and we're currently sitting in first in that league. How I've been playing this game is I will show that's what I will show you in the next couple of minutes. If you first a little bit of information, if you click on any player, you see these green bars or these blue bars or no bars at all. Green bars mean that a stat is very useful for a player. The blue stats mean it's useful, but it's not mandatory. And gray ones mean that it's not mandatory at all. So basically that they don't even need it. But that's not always true when you play Football Manager, because as many people know, the preferred foot is very useful, the player traits, height, maybe natural fitness and determination, even work rate are very important things to also consider sometimes. So what I've did is I made an Excel in which all of these stats are highlighted as they should be. First things first, I will show you how that Excel looks. So this is the Excel and this is how it looks. I will show you how we calculate everything. So I have this one which I've hidden because it's not very useful, only if you want to edit what I've been doing. So as we were seeing in the attacking forward, technique is very important, so it gets a 125 because it's green. Passing is very important but not mandatory, so it gets a 75. And penalty gets a 0. So right here you can see the ratings and how it all works. Green stats get 125, blue 75, gray 0. Determination and work rate get 75%, so it's basically a blue stat. Natural fitness and other physical stats get 50, and acceleration, pace, and stamina also get 50 because it's very important to be fast in this game of football and the tactics that most people play. So how it basically works is you want to load in some kind of data in here, the main squad data, and the main squad data is you get it from here. So we can go into squads, and right here you can go to players and you can select a view. I've made a view that's called all stats, and all different stats of these players are in here. You just select the view, you go Ctrl A and then Ctrl P, and then you can select printer, web page, or text file. You go to web page, press OK, give it a name, and it will get stored in your Football Manager's file. I think, yeah, in your file. Save it, and it will look something like this. And this is what you need to fill in into the Excel. It's not that hard. You just go ahead and press Ctrl A once again, Ctrl C, and you have copied it. And then you will go into A1 in main squad data, go into A1, and then you go just paste it as the values are. I know my Excel is in Dutch. I'm sorry for that. I couldn't change it. So now you've pasted it in here, and right here you see the team layout of it. So here you can see how good every player is. This is just an overview, but what I usually do is I take this and I copy this and then I just paste it right here as the values. What this does is it copies all the certain data that we had for a player and it copies this in this file. So what you can do is now you can select from high to low and you see Mukoku is our best player. So what I usually do is our best player, so these two will be our strikers, then we go to sweeper keeper, this guy will be our goalkeeper, and obviously this guy will be our reserve goalkeeper. And now we can also go, this guy will be our wingback, and this guy will be our wingbacks. So that's the way that I sort through my team. But now you also have selected these people, but now you also want to know, of course, okay, I filled in all of this, so everyone gets a role. For example, this guy will be my segundo volante. You put that in, and now you're like, oh, ships, my Toussaint, who is my ball-winning midfielder, he is going to leave because he's a 49.9, but he's being sold. Somebody wants him. How am I ever going to replace him? And that's where the next thing comes in. So you go right here into scouting and you go to scouted players because you only want to select your scouted players. Of course, if you now go and Control A, once again, this is also a view that I've made, by the way. It's a viewed all stats scouting, so I've gotten all stats. You go Control A, Control P, and then you go to web page. You click on web page and you save it once again as you want in the file where you want it to be. How it looks like then is like this. It's the same as the squad data, but also has rows like this. And you may ask, why does it have rows like that? Because this guy has 2.55 throwing. And why is that? Because we haven't scouted him yet. So I am currently scouting him. So once he's fully scouted, you will be able to see his full stats, but not currently. So it will show it as it is right like this. What we will do now is we will go into PT data and we will select all the data that is here because this is the exact same data as the data from your player list. Beware that it only works for this tactic. So we place the potential transfers, we place them right here as values. And be aware that it only works for this tactic as of right now, because I haven't added other roles yet. So if you want to know what the best thing is for a wingback on support, I can't tell you yet because I haven't added it to the Excel, because I'm only been playing with this tactic and I quite like it. So now you've added the potential transfers in, and you could say Lucas Toussaint is being sold, so we want to look for another ball-winning midfielder. Of course, we have someone who's also very good at it, with Leonard Melanie, so he could be a starter and you could buy a backup or just buy a starter. That's up to you. Whenever you do this, make sure that you put all your team members in here as yes, and then go ahead and sort from high to low. This is what you'll see at first because of all the players that haven't filled it, that you haven't fully scouted yet. So you need to go ahead and select them all, like so, and just delete them as it is. Right here we can see there are only a few people that are better in this role than Lucas Toussaint that you have scouted. So if you want to sell him, either you have to sell him for a high value or you have to buy Bamba and he will only cost you 11.5 million. So you'd have to sell Lucas Toussaint for something like 30 million. That's up to you. So for example, you want to do that, then you will go ahead and add Bamba as new, well, as your ball-winning midfielder, and you will go to yes, and he should be in your team if you select role and if you select yes right here. Bamba is now highlighted, so you could make him white again, then delete this line because that guy is gone from your team, and now you have successfully replaced Lucas Toussaint out of your team, and now he's no longer in here. Of course, now Bamba is your ball-winning midfielder, so you have added him to your team. And the next time you load this in the January transfer window, you will have him again. That's basically how it works. Every time that a transfer window is over, what I do is I go to role and I select like this again, and then select my team also on yes. So you can also just go like this, and then you can just delete all of these rows again, and all of these players should be gone. It's kind of a manual thing still, but eventually you'll get used to it and it will be fine. I am not really an Excel whiz, so I don't really know how to do it a lot, but I know how that works. One extra thing that I want to mention is that if you look at these stats are all from 1 to 20. So that means that if we go to team layout, no, to main squad data here, and we have Mukoko here, and we fill in 20s everywhere, and for Endrick we fill in the 1s everywhere, and we just get this and put this in all the stats that they have, you will see that if you go right here, Mukoko will be a perfect 20 because he has all the stats in 20, and Endrick will be a 1 in everything. So it's based on the skill level that Football Manager also has from 1 to 20. If you want to add any roles right here, you have to do it very carefully and you have to look through all of these different other tabs that I've made and use it wisely because you could mess it up very easily. If you have any other information or want to know something, please let me know and I will explain it gladly to you. If you want to have the imported roles, let me know. And this is basically how I am going to play my Football Manager series. Also, I will leave a link down below how I play Football Manager and you can check it out. For now, I want to thank you for watching. I hope everything was clear to you. And if you have any other questions, please let me know. I'm always open to share my Excel sheet if you want to, but I just wanted to give a quick explanation how the Excel sheet works and how I determine if someone is going to play in a role or not. Anyway, for now, I want to thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed, and I hope to see you in the next episode of my Let's Play series. If you have any other questions or you like this video, please leave a like down below so I know that I have to make more. And otherwise, thanks for watching, hope you've enjoyed, hope everything is clear, and I see you in the next episode. Bye bye.